ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back one more time. Back with Football Frenzy is your boy on King Sports Talk. Welcome back once again. Last time around, we did talk about the Premier League. This time, it's going to be a little bit shorter. Hope you guys do bear with me. Um, like I said, the transfer window is still flowing. There are still movements that are happening. There are movements that are still kind of in the works, if you say, to be leading to more signings or transfers out or whatever the case may be. But before that, today, as you guys could see, hopefully not probably read behind me, it does say the La Liga top. Ooh. And you guys already know we did, rock out with Chelsea last week because that is our team in the Premier League. But it is Hala Madrid all the way. But this is never going to be just like a straight homer thing. I have always been respectful of Barca. I'm just a football fan. I just prefer Madrid. That's just my preference. That doesn't mean Barca's, this and that and that. Sometimes they are. Sometimes I guess we can be too. But this is not to incite or add more to the rivalry between the two clubs. This is just kind of my breakdown on how I think the top four is going to end up. And at the number one position, can I get a drum roll, please? And it is obviously going to be Real Madrid. Why? I think the taste of last season, Kylian Mbappe still hasn't won La Liga yet. I think Champions League still going to be in the focus as well. The depth, especially. Let's go back into last season. Actually, let's talk about that before we get into this season. Defensively, who did we have? Absolutely nobody. Yes, we talk about not having the quality of Toni Kroos in the midfield, in the number 6 spot, because Chouameni is a different mold. But at the same time, who did we have defensively? Tony Rudiger was at times a single-handed defensive presence. Fran Garcia as a left back, he just darts all the way up to give that width. Defensively, what does he really give you? Almost really nothing. He tried last season. I'm gonna give him credit for that. He wasn't terrible, but it's not that he was a world beater either. So there is a difference in that scenario. That's why we had to spend over 50 to go get Alvaro Carrera back into the fold after letting him go. Had to spend that 50 million to bring him back. That's what happened. And then we move on. Two center backs, Eder Militao, back-to-back years of unfortunate injuries. Before that, I mean, he was up there with one of the best center backs in the world. Losing a player of that quality obviously hurts. David Alaba, same exact thing with him. I mean, he's essentially what Hazard has become. We didn't pay for him. He came in for free. I respect his integrity for wanting to at least pay something back for that badge. But I think, bro, the best thing you can do is probably find a move somewhere else that helps you still hopefully play at a decent level, still in Europe, possibly for another few years, and then you move on. And there are other pieces too. Asensio, it was his first year coming up. He played decently well. By the end of the season, he kind of just like went erratic by Club World Cup. I mean, now he is where he is in the pecking order for a reason. But he showed promise. He shows that he can be one of those trios. Like he is one of those center backs with Dean Huijsen and with Kubarsi that are going to be the future of Spain's at least center back tandem. We'll see what happens there. Moving on, right back, we didn't have Dani Carvajal. We didn't buy a freaking cover. There was Lucas Vasquez. I love you, Lucas. You are a legend for us, but you are not a right back. You had to play there. You were a right winger, not really a left winger, but thank you. You put in the shift, did your thing, but that was not even close and against top teams, obviously. the results were what they were. Not just your fault completely either. Putting Feather there, I mean, is he serviceable? Same thing, yes, but is that the best way to utilize one of your best players? No, obviously not. Attacking wise, obviously there was just a variety of imbalance, injuries, a variety of reasons that kind of added on. Yet, 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 the difference between the top two last year was two matches. Yes, you could say it's the two matches between Barca and Real Madrid. Oh, you guys won four, we won nothing. Oh, it was a 5-1 drubbing. Oh, 4-0 drubbing. Guess what? In the points tally, it was 88-84. 88-84, that's 4 points. Doesn't matter if you guys keep on beating us. If you guys keep on losing to the other teams like you guys did last season, that's when the difference occurs. And this is where I want to shift the focus over to Barca this season defensively. All right, let's talk about them. They have Balde. Who is this cover? I have no idea. Good luck. They have Kubarsi. Solid. He is going to be phenomenal. One of the best young talents in the world. Undoubtedly. No shade there. I'm not even joking. He is one of the best young talents in the world. But after that, Araujo. Okay. I personally think he is your best center back. With like I just gave respect to Kubarsi, but I think on his best day, I have seen Rana Araujo like put in a shift at center back and at right back. So I think he is still your best central center back. Um, but after that, Inigo Martinez left. Who's really your cover? Let's say, unfortunately, I don't wish that upon him because it just happened to us last season. Unfortunately, Kubarsi is out 15, 20 games, right? Who's putting in a shift? Eric Garcia, cool, serviceable. Same thing like it was with Lucas Vasquez. Is he going to be there? Sure. Okay, cool. Is that who you are really trusting on a La Liga campaign over 20 games to be in the center? I'll let you decide on that. Moving on, at right back, Jules Koundé, one of the most underrated right backs in the world. When does come conversations to one of the best right backs in the world, his name's never mentioned, but should be. Um, but what about his cover? Is it Hector Ford? Cool. Where are the covers? Like there is no depth for them. That's one of the more important things that has occurred last year before, compared to before, has been that Pedri was having neck injuries last season. Pedri was almost injury free throughout the whole season. Frankie De Jong, same thing. 2-3 games here, 2-3 games there. That kind of does not just does it ruin those games, but they have to come back in flow. That kind of ruins a little bit of the rhythm of the team and all of that. They were blessed with that, and like I go back to mention, it was only a 4 point difference at the end. Looking back at the goal difference, yes, they had 63, we had 40. They scored 102 goals while getting only 39 goals conceded, while we scored 78 goals, only conceding 38. So the defense, with how terrible our defense was right there, right? At least in terms of goal scoring. With the high line, we'll see what happens this season around, with more teams kind of getting used to it and trying to figure out ways to play out of that as well. Um, Goal difference, like I mentioned, 63 to 40, but that also does entail to your defense and the transition game. And it was tough last year to watch Real Madrid in transition defense just getting every time. If you go back and look at all most of the goals that Barca scored, it was in transition. Lamine Yamal gets it on one corner, Rafinha gets it on one corner. Now they're just darting through, and you don't have a left back or a right back. You're gonna suffer. I mean, it doesn't matter who it's against, but one of the better, one of the best players. Yes, both are top five, but I don't want to get into the Ballon d'Or conversation right now for them last season. Moving on at number three, because, well, as mentioned, obviously if Real Madrid's one, Barca is number two. Atletico is not beating them to that spot. Why is that? Because let's look at their transfer market transfers. Alex Baena, cool, 42 million euros. All right, Villarreal, he is promising. He's 23, but he is still promising. David Hanko, 27. Eredivisie, 26 million. That's not bad. Good business. By 27, you're not gonna get any value back for him when you sell him. So that's just like money, hopefully well spent. Johnny Cardoso, hopefully for the U.S. men's national team. Hope this moves works out absolutely phenomenally. Even if he doesn't, I think he's going to learn immensely, especially defensively and in the center of the park under Diego Simeone, and which intel might help him for understanding what Poch wants for him and possibly Tyler Adams. Maybe a double duo or a single pivot. We'll see what happens there. But going back to Atletico, Raspadori from Napoli, 22 million. Thiago Almada from Botafogo, 21. Matteo Ruggeri from Atalanta, 17. Mark Pubil from Almeria, 16. Santiago Mourinho from Alaves, 4. And Juan Musso from Atlanta, 3. Okay, that's all right. Well, Clement Longley from Barca on a free. Rodrigo De Paul, they sent him on a loan, I'm guessing. Or they sold him to. Well, he's out to Inter Miami. Verman's back from RB Leipzig. Saul got sold to Brazil. The rest of them doesn't matter. I guess so. The average age comes out to 25.3 million. Their income 68. They spent 175, so they're still 107 million under and in the red this year. And why do I mention that? Because now I think with the statement of Julian Alvarez coming out saying, or his entourage coming out saying that, hey, maybe, just maybe, moving to Atletico was a mistake. Possibly, maybe. I think Diego Simeone's obsession with three at the back at times kind of does hinder his offensive players. I think the only one you could really make an argument for being successful, at least in terms of offense, has been Antoine Griezmann. Oh my God, I am so sorry. But after that, if you look into it this season, if you're looking into it last season, you had Conor Gallagher playing as a left mid. Is that where do you really want to play him? No. Now you do have Alex Baena there, very very quality player. You move Conor Gallagher more centrally where he is going to be better. Your press is going to be better, so I do expect the numbers to be better. Um, let's look at the numbers last year: 68 goals. I mean, kind of on par with Madrid, but you still score 10 less goals. Uh, I think the second best defense in the league with 30, just one less than Athletic Club. So, like still one of the best defense under Simeone. But the attack always suffers. I got to see if from them. It was already a disappointing loss in the match day week 1. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, they spent a lot of money. They did some things, but I still don't see it being there to. I mean, they will still be competitive till possibly match day 25, match day 26. But usually that's, when their competitive character, I guess, starts slipping down. I don't know. Their team kind of looks stuck in a limbo where they still want to be successful under Simeone, but at the same time, like nothing has really come forward in the last few years. They've kind of gotten stagnated. Simeone kind of did tinker a little bit, trying to play a little bit more attractive attacking style, but then reverted back to his old school ways. We'll see what happens there. Still don't see him getting past number 3. Points tally wise, they were at 76. Their form just kind of falters here and there. Athletic Club, I actually could see them possibly pushing for number 3. with Nico Williams. I mean, signing his extension, just having that lingering out of the way. I don't know if they did end up signing Americ Laporte. That would be a fantastic signing, I would say, because they are already condensed into just that Basque signing region. So getting one of those Basque signing guys who has played at the top level. Yes, he is probably in his early 30s now. Yes, he was playing in Saudi Arabia last year, but that is still just a Premier League winning experience, and having somebody of that quality, of somebody who has gotten to that magnitude. I don't think it ever hurts, especially if it's in a decent contract where both sides it works out. Um, Outside of that, I mean, the league's really just weak. It's Fortunately, the league's just very weak. Villarreal probably does still end up at number 5. Betis, it's going to be interesting to see. They did have some, ingoings, outcomes as well. Sociedad dropping down to 11 last season. That was very, very, very unfortunate. So that should be interesting. The way Sevilla have fallen the last few years, I mean, what should I even say about that? It's just heartbreaking. And you can just keep on saying that about very, 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 very many of the La Liga teams, who, I mean, even in the 2010s, still had integrity. I mean, even as early as I would say early 2020s, I would say. And then once after, I mean, post COVID, really, the league has really, really, really suffered. I don't think, I mean, who am I to call for anybody's job? But Javier Tebas as a president, just not it for me. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for liking, loving, subscribing, commenting, all that good stuff. Hope you guys keep showing love to the old videos of the Football Frenzy that just came out. I do believe the Club World Cup ones and the Premier League one is out. Thank you guys for the love in those ones. Hope you guys like this one. Let me know what your guys' thoughts. I don't know what the next one's going to be about. So, till that time, 1, 2, 3. Gang on me, gang on 3, 1, 2, 3.